That was the first time that I met him. I found him there when I came for my session. That's the first time I came across him.
If it wasn't music for you right now, what would it be? What would you be doing if it wasn't music?
If it wasn't music, acting.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a very artistic person. I also do acting, by the way. I was a part of a production called Inleba The Wound, which got nominated for a Grammy. Is it no, it's not a Grammy, it's an Oscar.
Yes.
Back in 2019.
For international films.
Yes. So I'm also an actor. I attended drama school at the Market Theatre Laboratory, which is actually what led to me auditioning for Inleba and ultimately getting cast as one of the characters there. So music, fashion, acting, writing, those are just my things. If it wasn't for music, I'd be acting. If it wasn't for that, I'd be doing fashion. And if it wasn't for that, I'd probably be doing something artistic. I'm actually doing all those things right now.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Seth, Singer, the brand, is fashion.
Yep.
And you're active with it. First, and if you get a role right now, a good movie to audition in, you go doing Inleba again. You know what I'm saying? So you're always doing those. So nothing, I was trying to get out of the arts. What would it be? The headmaster of an institution, the metropolitan in downtown Joburg?
No, definitely not. I just really love art. I've just always found myself in environments that promoted that.
Yeah, so goes because once beaten, twice shy doesn't sebenza that.
Who?
Because he said the same thing. It was always gonna be music.
Yes, it was
not
always
food,
gonna be.
If not music.
Sheesh, I can't imagine myself doing an office job. I just have so much to offer, so much to give. I just have so much to share with the world, and I feel like if I was to not do it, to not share like all of these things, music, fashion, acting, it's just me expressing myself.
But you did take a 9 to 5 at some stage.
Yes, of course, but not on a full-time basis, and that was just to help me pay my rent, because music was not bringing in enough money for me to pay my rent and take care of myself, my family. So I had a 9 to 5 part-time. I've always had that to kind of like guide me. That's actually where I got to understand the essential aspects of having a successful fashion label, which is what I incorporated into my brand now. All of that experience, because I was in retail. So I worked for multiple retail shops, and while I was there, I was just studying the fabrics they're using, how they brand their clothes, what made their brand so unique and expensive in most cases. And I took all of that and incorporated it into my own thing.
Presently, what is your biggest inspiration? Or who is your biggest inspiration?
Sure, bro. Who is my biggest inspiration?
When you it's complicated kanjani. They get off the bus before it's even time. They quit and go to drugs. They resign to the villages last Puma corner. You know how difficult it was. So there's so much that keeps a man going. What is your biggest inspiration in life, sir?
Ish, man. Before I even say that, I'd like to say rest in peace to one of my peers who I did music with. His name is, his stage name is Meister, but his original name that his mother gave him is Temba Mathebula. The homie passed away, because life was so stressful. Depression is real, guys, and it started off as a joke, as in he mentioned everything on Facebook before actually doing it, So he was a very talented person, a great person, and it's so sad for me to actually be talking about him right now, no longer being with us. So I'd like to say rest in peace to my friend Meister, who was a full-time musician, and you know, he became a victim to depression. Rest in peace to him.
Yeah, precisely, and that's the stress I'm just mentioning now. With you could easily hear tomorrow within your line daily because of his depression. But what makes Seth get up every day and say, "Nzoza, what that van?"
It's definitely my mother. You know, I get inspired to do music by different artists, right? My biggest inspiration is my mother, because she gave up so much just to give me a great life. You know, I've been with her, you know, through the toughest of times, but I don't remember going to school without having lunch money, not having, or maybe my trousers were torn, not having enough money for transport, and my mother didn't have the best job. You
sound like the only child.
No, I'm actually not. I'm actually not, but I was for a long time. Yes. So she really did her best to make ends meet for me as a person, with a low-end income. You know, so, you know, one of my lifelong dreams is to make enough money so I can tell her to resign and stop working. I'll just take care of her, because she's still working until today, even though like I'm a man right now and I support her where I can, but I won't rest until I can be confident that I can take care of her, you know, without her having to move a muscle. I've got a sister, by the way, a younger sister, which my mother also raised. So, my mother has been through the most for me, and I've been a problematic child from time to time, and she stuck by me in so many instances, you know. She's just always been there for me, though she also has she's not perfect, I'm not perfect, we're human, but you know, seeing her smile and saying, "My son, I'm proud of you," and building her a house, you know, to go, what do they call this when someone stops working? Is it resigning or is it retire?
Retire healthy.
No, like
live to enjoy and see the grandchildren.
And also get to travel. I really feel like Imalaya, she never got to enjoy it as she was working, because there was always school fees for me, there's clothing, you know, so she didn't get to see outside, that she hasn't left the country.
And that can be very dangerous, to just imagine and never leave. It's very dangerous. To just imagine, how is Greece, how is,
you know,
Russia, but you never been.
She's never.
But you had 60 years plus of life.
That's what I want. Like, I'd really wanted to experience that when she retires. It was a prison for them to literally work, slave for Belum, and then they retire every time, and then we are sure. And I'm sure she did want to do that, but she couldn't, because I was there and I needed to be taken care of.
To be here.
You know,
so that we can be talking to you today.
Yes.
And so that people can believe through you again later.
Yes. So my mother is like one of my biggest inspirations. That lady, she's still a mother to me today. We have our own, you know, ups and downs, but I am healthy right now, and I'm well educated, and I believe I owe all of that to her. All of it.
Yeah. Is it when a person takes their life, they are chickening out, or they're actually saving themselves from the brutality which could also be us?
So is it our fault? Do you think it's our...
I'm asking, is it not our fault in actual fact? Because they are super talented. When you're looking at those people, not so from iconic people, pro. So I'm asking, it's our fault, because those people lived among us. We could have accommodated them. We could have made them feel better. We could have embraced them better. It's a loaded and tricky question, but I think you can answer.
It's a very hectic one, because, you know, as much as we see what we see, everyone has got something that's going on in their life that no one has an idea of, and some celebrities struggle with depression due to I would say how the world perceives them. For example, if an artist becomes highly successful and then loses everything that they had, I can just imagine the amount of embarrassment that they go through. Some of them end up doing drugs just to feel better about themselves. I could say, I wouldn't say it's really our fault as people. I could say it's more about how they see themselves. It's more of an internal war more than anything else. I feel like how you view yourself, like the person that you are when nobody else is watching, that's the real person that you really are. And sheesh, I feel like I'm not even answering this question right now.
It's a hectic one.
I feel like I'm not even answering.
For all the rappers you've ever worked with, who is the one rapper that you feel is the best feature ever?
Has the best future?
The best feature with you.
On my songs?
Yes.
Whew, man, Messi G, man. Hectic questions. Ngatuban. Favoritism aside, an artist that I worked with that I felt like, yo, this is amazing.
Yes, because there's always that time, this is the single. Yo, Ghost, this is the one.
Sure.
Because you have some nice music, that's why I'm asking.
Thank you. I think Cressida, there's a duo called Golden City Music. And it consists of Prime Time and Five Clipper.
Yes.
Yeah, I did a song with them called Cressida. Man, those guys just did something else to that song.
Can I buy the song?
Yes, absolutely. You can buy.
How much is the song?
At this point in time, you have to log on to my website, Seth Singer Music.
Yes.
.blogspot.com, and that's where you can get the song. But I really feel like those guys did that song very dirty. Like when I listen to what they're saying, I just get blown away. The way that they executed everything on that song. I'm not taking anything away from MT. MT did a very nice verse on Fuck Your Feelings, and I'm still in awe of that. And for a long time, I could have said that is my most favorite verse from any artist. But Cressida is more recent, and it now takes the #1 spot as one of the my favorite verses from any artist I've ever worked with.
Yes. Yeah. Which producers do you admire the most?
Locally.
Yes.
Locally, it's definitely R.i.p.
Yes.
I've gotten a chance to work with him. There's a guy called Cyber.
Yes.
Amazing. I'm currently working with Contagion. He produced Cressida.
Yes.
And he's going to be producing a lot of other songs that I'll be dropping. His name is Contagion. And which other producer is there? I also worked with Pharaoh.
Yeah.
I did a song with him called My Philosophy. He's amazing when it comes to doing sampled music.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the cream of the crop.
Farusachi.
His name is Farusachi. Yeah, he's also an artist.
Okay.
Amazing producer.
Okay.
I might have forgotten someone else, but at the moment, those are my go-to producers.
Yes. If you would feature someone right now, rapper or R&B singer or any artist that you feel like this could be the person that could be the plug, or even better Cressida sing, who could it be?
Sumthyn Soweto. Should I name them, or is it just one?
You can name a few, but
okay.
you will tell us particularly why Sumthyn Soweto.
Okay. Something Soweto because I remember the first time I heard Akanamali. You know,
Tando came back.
Tando
came back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He woke up that spirit within me.
Yes.
I was so excited about it. I hadn't been that excited about a local song in such a long time. So when Akanamali, oh man, I was.
What is the precise thing about that song that stands out?
What about it stands out?
Yes.
The message and his vocals, the way he just, his vocal, the melodies. Oh man, Sun L musician, you know, groundbreaking. I really like it. It's a song that just hits you somewhere in your soul, and you feel like, yo, the song just does something to you because you relate to it, because it's a reflection of society. And yeah, something Soweto. I think I'd make a nice song with Nasty C. You know, if God would answer my prayers and make it possible. Also, Mdingi Ngobo. Yeah, but Mdingi Ngobo, so much respect. His songwriting is amazing. You know, if I could also get an opportunity to work with him, I would make it count. Who else? I'd also love to work with Sjava.
Yes.
Funny thing is, before Sjava got signed to Ambitious, I was working with him, MT, and Raf Saudi in the same studio. And you know, I used to record on a weekly basis because I was working on my tape. And Sjava wasn't that active in terms of making music at that time, right? But he always was in the studio supporting us and everything. I remember he used to always ask me, Seth, when I say so he wasn't really doing music. I didn't even know what I was gonna say, right? And I overlooked him because of that. So Sjava, bro, if you're saying this, please man, let's make it happen, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't know, man.
I didn't know that you would be holding a Grammy right now, nigga.
I didn't know that he was that amazing.
You also maybe didn't know that time would sprint forward that fast.
No, like his music was not accessible to me. Like I didn't know how his music was like, ne? I used to hear the niggas saying, yo, Sjava is dope in the studio. But I mean, I've never heard his music personally. But he wanted to do a song with me.
Yes.
You know, and he was supporting me online, everything, you know.
So he still got you. It's
so
just for you to show him this.
It's a huge, you know, I really regret that. One of my biggest regrets is I used to tell him, I don't know what, this was fun. I always used to say that, you know.
You have a lot of people that you did that to them, even young women. Talking about young women, how's your love life, ne?
My life is good.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
He's fetched.
Hey, my love life is good.
So what is the big day, bro?
Eish, bro, like you know, there's someone that I think has, you know, a potential of being, you know, a wife. But I'm just interested in getting to know them better outside of different, let me just say, in different environments. You know that you might think you know someone, but then when you take them to a different environment, that's when you get to see like who they really are. Like I might know her as the person I know her when she's around me and my friends, but when she's with her friends, she's someone else. When she's with her family, she's someone else. So I'm just trying to explore that.
You were listening to my conversation with Ghost about weed. If right? So if you take your woman to your mom's house and your mom she's those women, she, of course she's gonna change. So don't you think that is subject to environments that sometimes are out of her control, but they are triggering someone?
There's, if she maybe, like in that instance, my mother is around, obviously she'll be more respectful than she she normally is. But you never really get to know who someone is until you're with her, with people that she's familiar with more than you.
Oh, okay.
like you know, people that she's more comfortable with. Like maybe she's with people that she's known before she even met me. You know, she'll act different. And it's not to say that she was fake prior to that. It's just that there's something that, you know, she gets to show that might not be something that she does when we're together.
So likuku later. Much later.
I'm really not in a rush. I'm really not in a rush. You know, I'm really a person that prides themselves in taking their time. So I don't like rushing things. Taking it slowly, you know, everything will fall into place.
What projects can we look forward to right now for you?
Definitely my musical project after all these years. As you can see, it's on the screen. I don't know if you guys can see it. We also have a poster right there, and it's pretty much self-explanatory. After all these years, I've been doing music. I've still not made it to the summers, the charts, you know.
So you feel right now is the time?
My mother always tells me, hey man, like your friends, they even made it, what the fuck? You know, after all these years, you still do music, you're not getting cash off it. So after all these years is a compilation of all these songs I've been doing ever since I started doing music professionally. So I've dropped mixtapes here and there, but all of that was leading to my final, this product called After All These Years, which is not just an album in a way that one song after another, but it's a story from the beginning of the song to my last one. So each and every song was recorded in a particular year. It highlights a certain stage in my life. So I've been doing music professionally since 2013 until now. You'll be able to pick it up in the music in terms of my writing, but just because I did it in 2013 doesn't mean it's whack. It's just gonna tell you a story of how I came to be.
Cressida, Big Zulu are keeping on to Cressida, if I'm not mistaken.
Big Zulu?
Yeah, I think someone has a song called Cressida.
Mfeze Mnyama.
So we don't want to see a third one later.
No.
So not on the album and dropping.
Definitely. Shout out to Golden City Music, man. Like I really feel like those guys, this song would have been nothing besides them. Shout out to Kont Asia, the producer of this song. I always tell people that this song was divine. Everything was by divine order. The way I got the beat, the way I got to meet Kont Asia, the way I ended up in studio with Golden City Music, the way Meadow the Bear ended up being on the song. Everything was just like, everything just worked out like as a part of everything, you know, nothing was forced, you know, it was just organic.
So everything. Right now where we are, this is the project that is due when?
After all these years, right? So as I said, guys, I'm someone that really likes taking their time, you know, in doing everything. I'm a perfectionist, and it's a bad thing and it's a good thing. The good thing about it is that when I give you a product, you're gonna feel that a lot of thought was put into this. It was not something I just woke up one day and decided to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's do this just so I can say I have an album.
And the bad thing about it?
The bad thing is that time, you know, is a factor, and things change. Changes is happening every day.
As you say that, I remember something I was thinking in the morning. I'm referring to the closest memory of these kind of thoughts. The thought I had was computers of rappers, Afro singers that are the richest. The most money in the world is sitting in computers of producers and artists of songs they never dropped, songs that could have been Thriller, Michael Jackson.
That's true. That's true.
And computer crashing.
Oh my God. Oh, that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. And that's true. That's true.
I'ma stunt so hard they gonna hate. No two ways, I'm positive. Middle finger you and know your niggas who don't feel the shit. Young and knocking through your speaker, yes, and turn it up a bit. Can you deny your girl twerking crazy to the shit? Lord protect me from these niggas. I don't wanna associate myself with all these niggas. Cressida, keep me away from all these niggas. Numbers telling lies, sales don't even match your bias. Acting like you got this figured out. I'm the nigga they gon' talk about. So tell your homies not to fuck around. Chamberlain, Rastaman ting off the inbound.